Hello, my name is David, and today I'm going to show you what you might want to do after buying a grocery store plant. We've all been there, you're in the store and you just see some plants that you just can't resist, and this would be one of my most recent purchases that I could not resist myself. This is just a Pilia peperomioides, and it has some yellowing leaves, and we've already cut a few off, just like this one is probably the worst one right here. And so that can indicate a few things. One, the soil might be bad and I would kind of want to replace it anyway. Two, maybe it's just a bad plant or that there's root rot going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of here and replace the soil and see how the roots are doing. Also, Pilias are a type of plant that produces puppies. So you could see on here, there are these little baby ones of the same plant. So this main one is the mother plant coming right out of the middle. And then there are these two ones shooting out of the side called puppies. So there's one on this side and then one on this side as well. If you could see that, it's kind of hidden under there. So what you want to do is you could take that off. It grows through the soil. So the main stem over here, it grows through and then up and it's coming out of the sides now. So what you can do is cut that off when you take out the whole, I'm going to take out the whole plant. You can cut that off, and then I'm going to propagate them with these two right here, and then it'll turn into its own plant just like this. So the reason I have these two options right here, I have a clear one and a darker one, is that roots grow different with different lighting situations. So I just want to test how quickly they grow in different settings. First, what I need to do is take this out. You could see it came in this white pot and then there is a nursery pot in there super tight. So I have to get that all out of there, and then this pot has no holes in the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is just leave it in the same nursery pot and just hope for the best. And if over time that causes problems, then I will just switch the pot out, because you do want to always have drainage holes on the bottom. So far, other than a few yellowing leaves, the no hole in the bottom of this pot hasn't been too much of a problem. So we're just gonna keep rolling with it. And when I take that out and make sure the roots are okay, I'm gonna get rid of all the soil that's in here, and I'm going to replace it with just some more of just this pre-mixed Miracle-Gro indoor potting mix that I have on hand. So let me get to that. I have just this white bin container here just to not make a mess, because I can't go outside right now. It is windy and rainy today, so I'm just doing this inside at the moment. So that is why I have this. So let me get to that. And even if I do want to keep this pot, I could even try to drill a hole in the bottom. I know that it's possible, but I've never done it myself, and it could break the pot. You just have to make sure you do it the right way, but that is a possibility, because this pot is really cute and I really like it. So if it had a hole, it would be even better. So what you want to do is gently take away all the soil from the roots. The soil isn't too bad. I was kind of expecting like a muddy mess at the bottom, but it's not too bad. It is kind of moist, but that's probably just because it hasn't dried out from the last time it watered. So you just want to gently take away all of that without disrupting the roots as best as you can. And even if you do disrupt the roots, because little pieces could come off, I've heard before on a podcast that I listened to called Bloom and Grow, shout out Bloom and Grow, I heard that it is a saying in the garden community that roots are meant to be broken. I don't know how true that is, and that seems kind of crazy to me, but that having that in the back of my head always reassures me that maybe I'm not doing as much damage as I think I am. And so I'm going to take off this first puppy right here that is on this side. What I'm going to do is just gently rock it back and forth until I can get it loose. And I might need to go grab some scissors if it is too much of a problem, but oh, there we go. So I just popped this off, and I will set this off to the side, but after I will fill up those two glasses that I will be propagating in, and I'll just set this in there. But for now, I'm just going to set it off to the side. And the reason you want to get rid of this dirt, and the reason I want to fill it up with just fresh dirt is because you don't know what kind of dirt the stores use or where the nurseries these came from use. This could be poor soil and you don't really know. So I like to know what my pots are sitting in, and I know that this indoor potting soil that I have from Miracle Grow, I know that this soil works well for my other houseplants, so I will feel more comfortable once I have this repotted and with that new soil. So then I got the second puppy off, and now this is just the plant remaining by itself. And I want to do the same thing, take the soil off of the puppy so it can propagate in the water without any soil in there. And I accidentally just broke it into two, so now I'll be propagating them separately. That's okay. Hey, that's one more plant, why not? And you could even, now that I have this out in the soil, you can see that this does have a good amount of roots already, so I could pot this up already right away, but I might still, I don't know actually, maybe I'll just put this in soil. See how that goes. Yeah, I'll probably just put this one in the soil because it has roots already, but the other two do not, so, or not as much, as I guess. So I'll propagate these two, and then I'll just plant this one in a small little pot that I have on hand. So still going, just breaking up the roots, trying to get the soil off. It is kind of all clumped up in there, which I don't love to see. So I might have to be a little bit rougher with it. And again, roots are stronger than we think. We see them at these little fibrous little things, but they can take a little bit more of a beating than we typically tend to think. All right, I'm gonna call that good enough. So this is what I have left, and then I'm gonna get my pot here, and clearly this is much shorter and it won't reach to the bottom, so I will have to fill some soil up in here already. So let me do that. So now I just have the soil at the bottom, and then I just placed this plant on top, and now I just have to fill around the roots with more soil. And this is always a messy process, especially for me, because I'm not super careful about what I'm doing. But this is all an easy mess to clean up afterwards. So I'm not too worried about making a mess right now. I just want to make sure that I get the soil where it needs to be. So that's about the level that I like, and now what you want to do is water that in, just so it's not sitting in this new fresh soil and getting a little too shocked. So let me go fill that up, and then I'm gonna wipe down the pot a little bit. And now what I'm gonna do, now that it is all planted up and watered in, is I'm going to remove any of the leaves that I don't want. So this yellow one being the main one. I'm just gonna take newly cleaned scissors. They are sterile, make sure that they're clean. You don't wanna introduce any bacteria to your plant. And I just cut it off just like that. And then I think I'm okay with the rest of them. They seem all right. I'll put this one off to the side, and you're just gonna throw this one away. It's dead, it's never gonna come back to life, so don't ever worry about that. So that is what you wanna do with that, and that is that all planted up. I still have to wipe the pot down, so I'm just gonna set that off to the side, but I'm going to fill up these 2 shot glasses just because they're so small, these little puppies, so that I am okay with using just shot glasses. So I'm gonna fill them both up with water, fresh water, and you do wanna make sure that you are changing this out every so often. It doesn't have to be every day, but any day that you think about it, or if the water starts to turn murky, you don't like that. So you're gonna wanna switch that out. So for this taller one, I'm gonna put in this one right here, just cause it is a little bit longer. So take off a little bit more of the extra dirt there, and I'm just gonna set it in there like that. And then in a few weeks or so, it'll start to push out a bunch of new roots, and we'll go from there. But I'll just put this in a bright, not fully sunlit spot, but bright enough light with bright and direct light. And then I'll put this little baby one in here. And again, I'm seeing how different it works with the darkness compared to with the light running through it. I'm just gonna see how different the roots go and how quickly they can push out. So that is about it. I just have to pot up this little one, but I need to go run and grab a pot for that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that helps with kind of the process of what to do after you buy a plant at the grocery store. You probably don't want to do this the day you buy it because you don't want to double shock it coming from the grocery store to your house. That's one shock already, a new location. And then, you know, putting in a new pot with all this stuff. So maybe wait a couple days, a couple weeks, however long you need. And that'll be it from there. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.